Hi, my name is Cyrus Abhar. I am the city manager for the city of Rancho Cordova. And if you wonder, for like a private company that has a president or chief executive officer, the city manager is the chief executive officer for a city government. I am a first generation immigrant. I came here at age 19. I had a passion. I wanted to be an engineer, and ended up at the University of Texas at Austin, where I received my degree in civil engineering. And later on, I pursued also being a land surveyor, and ultimately ended up working for some private companies, did some really cool projects in Dallas, Texas, San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco Bay Area, and ultimately ended up in public sector. I joined the city of Rancho Cordova on day one when it became a city on July 1 of 2003 as a contract employee to help them set up their engineering and public works. And I have to tell you that it has been a fascinating and wonderful journey. If you are thinking a job in public sector, many people think of government as elected officials, running for office. And while that's an important part of public sector and government jobs, but there's also a wide variety of different job opportunities and career opportunities that you can think about entering into the public sector. Anything, from doing computer work, doing information technology, building roads and bridges, the water, when you turn the water faucet, the water comes out of the faucet, when you flush the toilet, on and on and on. When you drive the roads and you have to go through a traffic signal, these are all the services that we in government provide to the public. As you enter the job market, I would like for you to think about these opportunities. I'm excited that you will hear about a handful of these opportunities from some of our team members. But public sector and government is an opportunity for you not only have a rewarding career, but also an excellent way to provide service to the community and to help others and make a difference in the lives of others. I hope you enjoy some of the stories that our staff is going to share with you and how they ended up in working for the government and working in the public sector, and they reminisce about the work that they did and the opportunities that were provided to them along the way. Thank you for watching.
My name is Kelly Thompson. I work in the city clerk's office as the deputy city clerk. It's difficult to describe the full duties of the clerk's office because there can be hundreds of jobs in a given day. One of them is public records requests. Processing contracts is the second one, and implementing new software to streamline these processes, including our records management program as a whole. To be successful in the city clerk's office, I think the top 5 skills would be ability to multitask, attention to detail, organization, computer skills, a real desire to learn, and as a bonus, a lot of laughter. You have to have a sense of humor in this department. When I was in high school, the only real plan that I had was that I was going to college. And I can remember my parents specifically asking me, what is your plan for the rest of your life? And what I've learned, and what is true for me, is that what I'm doing with my life flows from who I'm being. So I think that if you're honest with yourself in setting your goals and you're authentic, you really can't go wrong if you come at it from that angle. That in mind, don't be afraid to communicate your goals and aspirations to your supervisor. It's important to slow down enough so that you can make thoughtful decisions that will affect your career. Knowing you're in the right career can change over time, and that's okay. You'll learn and you'll grow, and as you do, a career in government can offer you endless possibilities. The magic happens when your passions align with what you're good at, and you can carry that out in your work.
My name is Kwok Nam. My department is Public Works, Development Services, and my job title is Associate Civil Engineer. My current duties has two components, permitting services and development services. In permitting services, we assist the public with obtaining permits for transportation if they need to transport wide loads. We assist them with street use permits if they need to use a storage container to park on the streets. And we also assist the public with trees, with trimming trees, replacing trees, or removing trees, permits related to that. And also encroachment permits if there are any utility companies that want to cut into our streets. We assist them with that as well. The level of education needed for my job is a bachelor's degree in engineering. When I was in high school, I really didn't have a plan. I was mainly focused on my grades and sports. Wasn't until my senior year when I realized that I really have to decide on which school I'm going to and what career I really wanted to get into. My senior year of college, I knew that I needed to get a job as soon as I got done with school. So I got connected with the employment center at school, and there they provided resume assistance, and they also had career fairs that I attended that really allowed me to network with various companies. A personal challenge I had was really paying for school. I didn't have the money to be able to attend school, so I had to reach out and get loans and apply for grants. And just through school, to stay focused, I didn't feel that working through school would allow me to do that. So I put all my time into the summer and worked my tail off, putting in 80-hour weeks to be able to do that. I chose the public sector because I enjoy working with the community and really just seeing the cities develop. It provides me the sense of satisfaction being able to be a part of that effort.
My name is Dalia Fadl, and I work for the City of Rancho Cordova Public Works Department, Stormwater Division, and I'm a senior civil engineer. I oversee the design, maintenance, and operation of the city's stormwater system. That includes multiple facilities from pump stations to channels, pipes, and creeks. It also includes multiple detention basins. Another part of my job is to ensure that our waterways are free of pollutants and trash. I got my foot in the door by being persistent. I applied for jobs. I called people to check on my applications. I tried to pursue as many opportunities as I can and keep an open mind about the places where I'm applying. And it paid off because my first job was with Sacramento County, and I basically called to follow up on my interview like 3 times until they finally called me and told me I got the job. So one of the challenges I had is that I migrated to the United States in 1997. And I knew English, but definitely not to the degree of speaking every day and writing reports. So one of the challenges I had to overcome going through community college is to better my English language and be able to speak fluently, work on my accent. And finally, once I went into the engineering field, learning academic words and more technical words and being able to technically write reports and documents. I chose to work in the public sector because I think there's nothing more rewarding than working in a community that I live in and my kids play in and enjoy. I think there is a sense of joy that you get when you help people, even if it's a small little service that we're able to help a resident with. If it's a complaint that we're able to resolve for someone, or just doing our job so that we're able to protect the community and improve our system, there's a lot of satisfaction in that. I also feel like it's a field where I'm always able to grow because we're learning new things and we're working on new projects, and that's important to keep me engaged and challenged.
My name is Nicholas Sosa. I am in the planning department at City of Rancho Cordova, and my job title is an associate urban planner. So as an urban planner, I do a lot of zoning, regulating where businesses are able to go within the city. The city's broken up into various zones. We do work with a lot of residents on property issues, certain allowances at their properties, and we also review business licenses for new businesses and also the designs of new buildings. Personally, I have a bachelor's in community and regional development from UC Davis and a minor in sociology. For my position, we would probably require a bachelor's, at least in something of that field or something related. So when I was in high school, I did see a lot of my other friends and students having a specific plan. For me personally, I didn't really have a specific plan, but when I did graduate high school, I wanted to be a civil engineer. After taking some of the courses for the civil engineering that I originally intended, I kind of had a change of heart and ended up looking towards something that was more bigger picture, and that's how I fell into urban planning. I didn't know who to reach out to. I didn't know where to look, but I did some research on campus, and that's how I came across the Career Center at Davis. And having to do that internship for a year was kind of a challenge because I was doing the internship and working and going to school still.
My name is David McCoy. I work for the Information Technology Department and I'm the Senior IT Analyst for the city. My primary focuses are to maintain a secure and efficient network for our staff and employees, make sure there's uptime of our systems are running all the time and accessible 24/7 as we have staff that works all the time. Another big focus of my job is cybersecurity, protecting our staff and our network and our computing systems from cyber threats, hackers, and malware. It's a ever-evolving thing that we have to stay ahead of and are always applying patches and updates to our systems to keep them protected. So that's a lot of what I do. I think the most important skills would be to have strong communication skills. You need to be able to communicate with people and as they're describing problems, how to explain resolutions to problems to people that they may not understand. You need to be flexible. You have to learn how to work around certain situations and things might change on an ever-evolving basis. So you have to expect the unexpected basically and be able to work around those. And probably another big one would be creativity. You need to be creative and come up with sometimes really unique solutions for problems in order to get things solved. Because I didn't have any college degree, I had to rely on my skills. I was self-taught for everything that I had learned. I had a computer since my parents bought a computer when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I really took to it and enjoyed tinkering with it and learning how to make it do things it wasn't supposed to do. So I think just having all that self-taught knowledge over the years and really expanding on that and making my own home computer labs really allowed me to get the knowledge that employers were looking for. I chose public service because of the impact that you can make in the community. It's really enjoyable when the community members come up to you and thank you for providing them an enhanced technology service and knowing that they're able to navigate technology easier because of things that you did. I know that I'm in the right career because I actually enjoy doing what I do. I don't wake up every day regretting going to work and feeling like I'm stuck as a zombie in a 9-to-5 corporate job. I actually really enjoy coming here and being with the people that I'm with every day.
So my name is Delisa Verdun. My title here at City of Rancho Cordova is Senior Customer Service Representative for the Neighborhood Services Division, which houses the Animal Service Department, Code Enforcement, and Parking Enforcement. When a member of the public does come into Neighborhood Services, I am the first person that will greet you. You have to have a lot of different skills when it comes to customer service. So knowing how to be patient, knowing to be a good listener, knowing when to de-escalate a situation, whether it's in person or over the phone. My first job, believe it or not, was a paper route, which when I think back, that was my first interaction with the public, with people I didn't know. And, throughout the years, just building on the skill of being a communicator to people that I don't know. I feel that working in the public sector has been the biggest way to give back to the humankind, to your community, to your neighbors, to the next generation.
My name is April Stevenson, and I work in the Neighborhood Services Department under the Animal Services Division, and I'm an Animal Service Officer. There are two specific things that I do. One is to keep the people of Rancho Cordova safe from animals, and then also to keep the animals safe from people. There are a lot of different skills you need for this job. So I'd say the number one is going to be basic communication. And when you communicate with people or with animals, most of your communication is via body language. And it's the only way that animals are communicating with us. So it's very important to understand what feelings of emotions that animals and people are having, and being able to communicate back with them to help relieve some stress. The other skill sets you would need is there's a lot of report writing, so you have to be able to write well, communicate well via written material, and you just have to have a passion for animals and for helping the community. When I was in high school, I knew I wanted to work with animals. I wanted to travel Africa, work on lions and things like that. And I had this idea that I would work in a vet clinic or as in an animal shelter as an animal service officer until I got through college. So I didn't necessarily go that college route, but I did have that dream of becoming an animal service officer for a temporary amount of time, and I learned really quickly that I didn't want to move on to becoming a veterinarian. I wanted to stick with doing animal services. There are a lot of different agencies that you can work with animals, and I really wanted to work with the public sector because they're directly affecting the community. It's a streamline to what the public needs. And I have a heart for the people in my community, just my own, where I live. And so I want to make sure that people understand there's this disconnect between what animals need and what people are assuming they need. There's different cultural differences, and I wanted to make sure that I can inform the public of what's appropriate and do it really softly and let them know that things might be different than what you expect, but there is a certain requirement for basic care of animals, and the public sector is going to be where I can have the most effect on the community in that way. I feel really proud of the work I do, and I think that that's my form of success. I know that I'm making a difference in the community. I'm helping the animals. I'm educating the public. I'm helping the public stay safe. I do a lot of, rabies control, that sort of stuff. So at the end of the day, I know that I've accomplished a lot to meet that end goal, and that feels great to me. So that's how I know I'm in the right industry.
My name is Lisa Brown. I work in the Human Resources Department, and I'm a Senior Human Resources Analyst. As a Senior Human Resources Analyst, my duties are, as a whole with Human Resources Department, we are responsible and manage the life cycle of employees for an organization. And so what I mean by that is we're responsible for managing the hiring, the recruiting, the onboarding, the firing, personnel actions, employee benefits, employee salaries, the culture of the organization, the safety program, the wellness program, training and development. And one of the things that the City of Rancho Cordova strives to do is we perform an annual salary survey, and we look at our 10 comparator agencies, and we want to be competitive with our salary and benefits. And so in doing that survey, we can recruit top talent for the City of Rancho Cordova. look at a profession that you may be interested in, whether it's an engineer or it's an administrative assistant or it is the city clerk, and go to the internet and look up those associations and get familiar with those. Anybody that's looking to get involved in your community or to become a government employee, you will not be disappointed. It's what you make of it, and learn as much as you can about the community, the organization, and be the best that you can be.
So as young people enter the workforce, they bring with themselves new ideas and new perspectives. And I'm so excited to see that how our government sector and how the services we provide are evolving with them, with the new fresh ideas and input that they bring to the table.